Hey guys, it's Postbox Pat. Welcome back to all 5 current weeks of all 24 alien artifact locations. The first one we've got coming in from week 5, working back to week 1. We've got the first one at the top of the Misty Meadows Tower. You'll find it right up here inside of the tower by the clock tower, and this is a really good spot for you guys. So make sure you are popping in and landing down here. That is your first one for week 5. So we're going to work backwards, like I said, from week 5 all the way down to week 1 to make sure you guys have got all your artifacts. And let me know in the comments how you guys are doing on actually upgrading your alien. Have you got all the artifacts yet? Let me know. I might make a separate video on how to get the chest faster as well, so we can kind of get there and everyone can complete every single style for their alien. Okay, so obviously we're heading into number 2 for the week 5, and this one is inside a retail just by the bus shelter. I think every single person should know where this one is. If you landed retail before, it's right by the bus. You should know that one pretty easy. It's a very easy one. Next one is the third one, which is inside of the Sweaty Sands location. This one is actually inside of the blue house here at Believers Beach, or Sweaty Sands, whatever you want to call it, and it's actually just inside of here on the top floor. It's a little bit glitchy at the minute because obviously the party's just finished, and as I'm recording this, a new render hasn't been updated in the files, so it kind of just glitches out. But you'll find it there in top of the blue house up there, just like I showed in that replay. And then the fourth one coming in for week 5 is actually inside of Pleasant at the top of the center of Pleasant Park, in actually the park section of the park, and you can actually see it up here in the top little veranda area. So that's where that one is. And then the final one inside of week 5 before we go on to week 4 is actually going to be located all the way over by the radio tower. So you see the radio tower is actually down to the left over here by the coast by these 5 trees, and you'll find it on the very left tree just underneath that tree there. So I'll just zoom out so you can kind of get an idea where this is, so it's easy to see. In between Craggy and obviously the Steamy Stats location is where the radio tower is, and if you come down from the radio tower, you'll find these 5 trees by a campfire, and you should see it right here. Hopefully that will give you a good enough overview of where to find that one for those looking for it. Okay, jump in for week 4. We've actually got a bunch in here as well, which are a little bit easier to grab. Some of them can be a little bit complicated, and the first one is going to be coming in at Holly Hatchery. So you'll actually find this one inside of the actual center section underneath this kind of, I guess, structure, which has got all like the storage on and that. Now this would have changed in game for you right now, because as I filmed this, it was a previous week, but obviously right now there's a current map change here, so you'll have to go in and find it underneath all the new map changes, but you should see it just in the center there, and that's the location of that one. Make sure you are grabbing these. And for those that don't already know, yes, you can grab the ones from previous weeks at a later date, so if you do miss any, they don't get removed from the game. They are permanently in the game all the way through, so don't worry if you are missing these. Okay, the second one we've got for week 4 is actually going to be inside of Weeping, and you're going to find this one here inside of this house here through this window. Very easy to get to just by the climbing frame, or you can come through the front entrance, should I say, and go to like the window there and go that way. I'd just come through the back way. It's a lot easier, and it's easier to realize where it is. It's just by this caravan park here. It can be a little bit complicated, this one. I know this one for me took a while to find in game, but once I kind of worked out where it was quite easy to get, and I think you guys should be able to get that one nice and easily. Okay, moving on to the next one in this week, which is actually coming in over this direction, because we will find it over here, and you should spot it quite easily, guys. It's inside of Lazy, and it's just over here in this back section by the yellow and blue house, which you see here in this little garage section. So this one again isn't really a very common one. It's quite an easy one to spot if you are coming over here, but it's not very common at all. So make sure you are coming into that garage section if you want to grab that, because obviously you want all your artifacts because you want to upgrade your alien. And if you are in Lazy, just pop in there and grab it. It's not too much of a difficult one to grab, but it's quite important. Next one I've got for you guys is coming in over at Dirty Docks. Now this one again can be difficult to find if you're looking at a map of them and you're not actually seeing someone collect it. This is why I do it in replay, so you can get like an overview flying in, so you know exactly where to dive in. It's the easiest way to do it. And you actually want to come to the far warehouse, which is the blue house on the very far side by the sea, and you'll actually find it underneath this metal structure here on the very far side of the warehouse on the corner of Dirty Docks. Again, a difficult one to spot, but if you actually come in, you will be able to find it, and obviously using this replay gives you guys a good overview of where they all are. The next one we've got is inside of Steamy. This one's an easier one because it's on the number 4 building. Just remember that as long as you go near that building here, you'll find it right here on the pipework here on number 4. Very easy to spot. It's like the only pipework really inside of Steamy that's major, so that's kind of nice. Now week 3, we're going to be moving into Coral Castle. This is in the center section of Coral Castle inside the building here, right in the very center, which is really neat and really cool. So that's nice to see that we have that one in the center of Coral. Interesting to see if Coral does get destroyed this season, they'll have to kind of move that artifact, or maybe they'll put it in the air for the reason, obviously, if it does get destroyed, you can just build up to it. Okay, the next one we've got is inside of Craig Clifton. It's actually in the boat storage room inside of here, one of my favorite spots spots to land in Craggy just for a laugh. And you can see that's the second one we've got for this week, just inside the Craggy in the boat little storage room. Very easy, just by the coastline. Then we're going to be moving on to our next one, which is actually a little bit of a trek where we have to fly over here for a little bit and show you guys where this one is. But it's important as well that you know all these, and obviously when you're landing in and stuff and when you're rotating, the rotation is usually the best I'm trying to do in these videos for you guys. And this one's actually going to be at Boney. So inside of here we've got like a main building around here, and you'll actually spot it just through here on this upper level here. So really easy. You can either land in from this side or kind of go the way I flew in and go up into it, or go down to it depending on where you land on the building. You should find it. It's in like the open section, which is kind of nice. Again, possibly leading to a change at Boney this season, because maybe they'll add maybe the original tilted or like a remixed version, and that would be cool to see that happening over at Boney. The next one we've got is obviously moving in over at Slurpee, and this one is again a really cool spot, one that you should definitely grab. It's actually in the smaller tower building, so the smaller building next to the main building, and you'll find it in that right corner right there. Not too difficult to spot, guys. Just remember it's the smaller building connecting to the main building, and you'll find it in this corner. It should be very easy, and you should be able to grab that one when you're next at Slurpee if you haven't already grabbed it. So there you go. That was the final one for week 3. Let's move on to week 2 now, guys, because there's a bunch in here you guys are going to grab. Okay, so moving on into week 2, we're going to be heading over to the grotto this time, and this is going to be on the far side, on the upper section of the grotto where the pipe used to lead down into the main area. And you can see this is exactly where it is, just by this kind of satellite dish, and you'll find it on the upper section of the old grotto location, just outside of retail for those that don't already know where the grotto is. Then we're going to be moving over back towards the Spire Guardian Tower in between Lazy and Misty, and you'll actually find another one over by this Guardian Tower, but it's not going to be in the Guardian Tower. It's actually just going to be on its little shack next to it in the little structure. So you'll find that right here as I rotate in. You'll find it just outside of this little building here where the Guardian used to kind of camp out. So that's really cool to see that we've got that added in over at this Guardian Tower. Now if we continue to move further around the map, we will actually find that we've got other stuff as well. So I'm going to go over here and show you guys what we've got, because we've obviously got more for week 2. We've got the third one coming in now, which I need to show you guys, which is actually going to be on the bridge in between the farm section. So you can find it here on the primal bridge in between the farm and obviously the main section of the map by Misty, and that's on that primal bridge there. So that's not too difficult to spot. I'm sure you guys know where that is from last season, that primal bridge. It's one of the last 2 primal bridges on the map, so it's the further one by the Corny Complex farm area. Now we're going to be moving into the second to last one this week, which is going to be coming in with the 4th one, and you can see this one again is by the Spire Tower outside of the actual stealthy stronghold area. So you'll find that one just on the lower section of the Spire Tower there, and then we're going to be moving into the final one, which is actually all the way over at the dish, over at one of the IO bases outside of the Believers Beach area, which you can see here on my left, and this is going to be situated actually on the satellite itself inside of this IO base location, just outside of Fort Crumpet. For those that don't know what that is, it's just the fort outside of Coral Castle, and you'll find this base here. You see it, and you'll see it actually on top of the dish. You need to kind of land up here or kind of build up to it. So on top of the main satellite dish is where you'll find that. Now week 1 has a bunch of other ones as well. The main one, which was first added into the game, was in the center section of the island where the Spire used to be. So yeah, don't forget to go here if you haven't already grabbed that one. I think most people by now would have grabbed all the week 1 ones, but just double check, guys, if you're still watching this video, if you haven't already grabbed these, it's important that you know every single location, just to double check that you've been to all these. And when you're near it again, you can always double check. That's what I recommend doing, guys. Obviously here's the next one coming in at number 2 inside of one of my favorite locations on the map, the Orchard location. So that's that one there. And then coming in with number 3 for you guys is actually going to be located back, rotating round towards the location of the actual Believers Beach once again. But it's not going to be inside of Believers Beach. It's just going to be outside again at the Spire Tower. So I feel like these Spire Towers really do have a lot of these artifacts on. And this time it's on the stairs. One that you probably wouldn't really go to because these Spire Towers aren't really used that much anymore. So yeah, make sure you are double checking these because some of you may have missed these. It's so important that you don't miss any, guys, so please do double check. Like I said, it's very important that you don't want to miss out on them alien upgrades. And the next one we've got is going to be coming in at the old Durburger location before we move on to the final one. And it's actually not going to be in this main wooden pallet building, but behind here there's like a little storage yard, and you'll find this here, the indoor area, and you'll find it just inside that little building behind the main 2 buildings. That is where that one is there. And the final one for week 1 is going to be located on the far side, all the way past Misty, past Lazy at one of the favourite POIs back from the original Chapter 2 Season 2, and that's going to be over at Catty Corner. And I'll show you guys where it is at Catty as we head over there. So you'll find it just on top of one of the little podiums that are used for where Kit used to train. I'll show you guys exactly where that is right now, or Meowsles should I say. So heading in here, and there you have it. So yeah, that's exactly where it is. And don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you are new around here. Again, subscribe with notifications on, because I'll keep you updated on all the artifacts with more artifact related videos on how to get your alien faster coming very, very soon.